people understand when they can look for what and where, which is a little complicated, and I know that. But I say that because we know, for example, earlier I asked you what's the state that you're really keeping eyes on, and you said Pennsylvania. We also know that Pennsylvania is one where there's a lot of reasons why we might not know it for a while, because of when they're allowed to start counting those mail-in ballots, because of how spread out the state is, things like that. So let's put Pennsylvania aside for a second, because if that's not going to be something that people can say, oh, look at Pennsylvania tonight, are there things that you're looking for tonight that are interesting to you? North Carolina, could we know that earlier? If it goes blue, that's a big deal. Things like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think, we're going to see the polls close in Virginia pretty early. We're going to see the polls close in Florida pretty early. And even though those aren't states where you expect there to be, expect there to be a competition at the presidential level, we're going to be able to look at some of the parts of those states that react to elections the way that other states that are in battlegrounds do. So, in Virginia, you're going to look in the suburbs of Richmond to see, how suburban voters are doing. You might look at turnout for Harris in the southeastern part of the state in Virginia. Might look in parts of Florida to see what Puerto Rican voters are doing, in Orlando, to get a sense of what might happen in Pennsylvania. So you start to get a sense early in the night of at least what some of those projections, might start to look like. But the thing is, it's so close, and unless that changes, if it continues to be so close in these swing states as millions of people cast their votes today, it may not be that those things that might otherwise be predictive are actually predictive. So we'll also possibly know that it's going to be very close.
Right, absolutely, which doesn't help us know much or the end result.
Right, I mean, we would all want to say, like, look, it'd be great if we could, at 11 o'clock tonight or whatever, everybody knows how every state voted. The truth is that won't happen, but I think there's a reasonably good chance that we'll have a sense of where things are headed, at least by the early morning hours.
All right, John Allen's going to stay with us throughout the show, as he has all morning. Let's kick off